And again, if you're in the chat, predictions are now open. Place your bets on who you believe will claim the series. Will be our Zerg player or our Protoss? Who will advance on to those semifinals? Up to you to decide. Best of luck. As spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Alkione, we have our Finnish Zerg player, the blue Zerg representing Berserker Esports. It is Mixu. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have the Taiwanese Protoss player, the red Protoss representing Team Little Fairy. It is Nice. Nice. Here we go. Oh. PvZ, and Nice, he is a very aggressive player, but typically in the mid-game. In the mid-game, he is all about being in your face, whether it's a Twilight Council opener into Glaives, into DTs, even into 3-base aggression as well. We'll be keeping an eye on Nice. He's not the most orthodox of players. Likewise, Mixu, going for a hatch gas pool. We should be seeing a standard build for the most part at Mixu. Not one to really embrace aggression unless the map calls for it. I'm referring to Oceanborn, I'm referring to Ghost River. Until then, hatch gas pool. Likewise, Nexus first out of Nice. Okay, let's go. Nexus first into a bit of a more delayed gateway, so a greedier opener out of Nice, but it makes sense on a larger map like Alkione. This map is known for its macro, it's known for its late game, just because of how many bases there are, how defendable your third is, how defendable your fourth is as well. We've seen many a later game on this map. As Nice is coming in with the probe scouts to confirm what exactly is going on. Even mining those gold minerals. Let's go. Let's mine through those minerals. As we do get eyes on the timing of the spawning pool. Behind this, it's going to be a 2-gate follow-up. This does make sense based on the initial Nexus first. So the second gate is on the way. And with these 2 gateways, we can get into 2 and then 4 adepts very quickly. And 2 adepts can, of course, one-shot drones, so we can pose a threat to Mixu. I'm also curious if we actually let the Zealot finish. I mean, Lings are out, that is true. So we're going for the safety Zealot first, followed by the adepts. Meanwhile, we delay the adepts, going for a Stargate opener. Okay, you have my attention. We have our tech of choice, Stargate opener out of Nice. The wall is up and running. And we'll see what unit we go for first. Is it going to be a Void Ray, an Oracle, or a Phoenix? We'll see. Shall see. Meanwhile, shout in the chat. Did you see Donj in the chat? Cyber John. Kalassi as well. ¿Qué tal? ¿Cómo estás? Iron Ringed. Welcome, welcome. Good morning. Or good evening. Or good night, depending on where you are in the world. I know it's quite late in Europe, and it's getting late in the Americas. Here it is 11 a.m. 11 a.m. in the morning. But after this cast, I'm 100% going to bed. I have another cast in 11 hours. In 11 hours' time, we're going to be live here on the channel once again with some more StarCraft. So I want to be well rested for it. Meanwhile, it is the Void Ray. We have our answer. Void Ray first. Now, the power of a Void Ray opener is kind of the shroud that the shroud that you kind of engulf yourself in. The Void Ray can hunt down the Overlords and keep Mixu in the dark. As to what's going on next. Lings, they get a probe. They get a second probe as well. Not bad. 2 probes go down. We delay the third base. Big delay here for Nice. And do we throw down earlier tech as a result? For now, Void Ray to Oracle. Lings, they poke in. We do shave off a couple of Lings. They were thrown away. Nice, now expands. At least Mixu confirms that there is an expansion. Confirms that there is a third. And is still being very active with those Lings. Back at home, we're getting to our 3-base saturation. We have a Spore in the main. We have a Spore just in the main base, not at the natural or the third. So this Oracle has potential. And behind this, we are throwing down the Forge and the Twilight Council. Now, this is a little bit earlier, but I think that's just because the third base is a little bit later because of the delays. So I imagine +1 in Blink, but it could be +1 in Charge. Could be one or the other. So we embrace. Oracle being forced back. Oracle is fended off, and what is our upgrade of choice? What are we going into? What are we embracing? Show us what you got. It's gonna be +1 and... For now, we're controlling the Oracle across the map, but there it is. It's gonna be charge. Okay, +1 and charge into a Templar Archives. It's gonna be charge lots and Archons for nice. Okay. See how you can embrace this. We'll see if how you can make use of it. Lings, they don't quite get a probe across the map. The Wolof is successful. And this can be a very strong charge timing here, where we morph in the Archons as the Templar Archives is done, just in time to move that across the map. So we'll see how aggressive and nice is going to be, or if he just expands, takes the 4th base, and heads towards a longer game. Oh, we're going into Storm. Okay, we have our answer. We are headed towards a longer game indeed. I mean, we spoke about it earlier. We're loading into Alcyone. The map is known for longer late game, for macro play. So Nice is embracing that. Oracle's gonna cross the map. No Spore! Ooh, no Spore, no Queens either. At the same time, Lings, they hit the 4th base, but Nice is in position. Nice will defend, and meanwhile across the map, we're gonna lose so many more workers. That's gonna be 6 drones going down, and the Oracle's escape. Very nice damage by Nice. Mixu gonna be resaturating, trying to get up to 4 base economy. Lings do get across the map. They get 1 probe, just the 1. Still being active, marauding around. Mixu's still droning up. He's just being active, but he's not really committing too hard, as he's hoping to cancel the base. Going for the Nexus. But charge is done. Storm is not, and Lings are going for the High Templar. Oh my god, they're exposed! High Templar are exposed. They force them morph into Archons. But the Zealots are holding their own, and it looks like Nice he will hold. He will defend, he will clean this up, but at least Mixu did force those Archons. Something that I'm sure Nice didn't really want yet. Regardless, Nice does defend. Gold base is being taken, not saturated yet. Nice is pulling away and embracing just a higher form army. Archon, Storm, Immortal production has begun. Double Robot production even. That's going to be a lot of Immortals. A lot of Immortals on the way. Meanwhile, Mixu, have we thrown down a Hydra Den? We have a Hive on the way, but no Hydra Den. Interesting. Are we going into... I was going to say, are we going into Ultras, but this should still be for Vipers and Hydra Lurker, I imagine, just because we're working on range upgrades, not melee. But we'll see. The Void Ray does overextend. Oracle's once again making the way towards the 3rd. Still no Spore. Aye, that is brutal. No Spore in position. We get another 7 drone kills. Not like this. 7 more drones go down. The Oracles, they survive, they escape, they recall back home. At the same time, Roaches try to push in, but they run into a wall of Immortals. Yeah, Immortals have been building up. More static defense. Now, at least Mixu has the gold, so even though we've been losing a lot of drones, we can make up for that with the mineral income from the gold base. We can make up for it. As we attempt to go for a run by, the wall is open. We defend. Yeah, we're in position at the same time. Roach Raptor on the right-hand side, and Nice is out of position. And the Immortals are exposed. Storm gets thrown down. We're trying to come in from behind. Ooh, more Storms though. The Archons, they're being morphed in. And the Immortals, they survive. And the Immortals will defend. At the same time, Lings, they hit the natural. They head in. But so far, good crisis management. We get 1 Immortal though. 1 Immortal goes down. Lings, they bust into the natural. They get defended against. Banelings are on the way. We don't notice! No! Oh, we do. Okay. We do notice the Banelings. The Banelings are denied, and Nice does defend. Meanwhile, I was curious what the Hive was going to be for. I was very curious. We have the answer. Spire play. It looks like Broodlords. This can work. but Broodlords are a way off. Like, we're a ways off from Broodlords and a Greater Spire. And upgrades as well. Speaking of, there it is, Greater Spire's on the way. We'll see if Mixu can make it to Broodlord tech. If so, I think he can do well. He can do very nicely here with Broodlords. But I'm concerned because I feel like Nice should be pushing first. Nice has been the defender for the past couple of minutes. He's been stuck at home. And soon he should break out. We're getting to that point. And when we do, I'm not so sure we're going to have Broodlords to defend. You can see Mixu getting ready for a big counterattack. As a Stasis Trap does connect. We catch out the roaches. Zelrombe gets cleaned up, and Nice, does he turn around? I mean, that is a lot of roaches. But Nice, he has faith in his reinforcements. He holds his ground. And now Corruptors are on the way. You can see that Mixu's doing everything he can to keep Nice back at home. That's the win condition for Mixu. Is not to kill Nice with these roaches, but to distract him. To keep him busy. One Immortal goes down. And Broodlords are on the way. Mixu's done it. He has done it. He's been able to just keep Nice's attention back at home, buy the time he needed, get into those Broodlords. They're not the best upgraded. Like, we're still building up and working towards +1 air attack, +2 air carapace as well. But we at least have the Broodlords. And now Nice is moving up, but is it too late? Is it too little too late? How many Broodlords do we have? Just 4, soon to be 7. Is that enough? So you have all the Spine Crawlers. The goal base is going to be defended. We defend the goal. The Broodlords have been revealed. And do we try to get on top of them? We're going to try. Yeah, we're brute forcing our way through. One Archon goes down. He doesn't like his chances. Yeah, good kiting so far with the Broodlords. And Nice, he's forced to throw down a Fleet Beacon. He's transitioning. Which means Mixu holds. Mixu does hold on. He forces a recall. Links are being cleaned up. But the Broodlords have reign supreme. They cast the High Templar. No! High Templar, get out of here. We got one. We catch a High Templar. We get an Immortal. We do lose a base, but it's been worth it so far for Mixu. And catching more Immortals. Expensive losses here for Nice. As we lose not just 1, 2, 3 Immortals go down. Oh my god. Yeah, we're just chasing this down. We got 3 Immortals, 3 High Templar, and we're not done. We're catching out the entire army. Oh my god. Nice getting pulled apart. Reinforcements have arrived. Okay, we're holding. We saved the Archons. If these Archons were caught out, that could have been game. That could have been game then and there. Nice does have Blink, forced to reinforce with just purely Blink Stalkers. The Nexus is going to go down. Snipe the base. We do snipe the 5th. Now, with purely Blink Stalkers, can we fight back against these Broodlords? We could, but the Broodlord count, how many do we have? 10. 10 Broodlords, soon to be 12 Broodlords. We cannot dive under this army. We cannot punish this with Blink Stalkers. Not anymore. Not with this many Broodlords and this much on the ground. Meanwhile, Nice is taking up into Skytoss. Tempest are on the way, Mothership as well. We are getting there. But what I'm concerned about for Nice is the economy. Like, he's been on 4 bases for a while, but we need a 5th. We need a 5th base. A 6th base would be ideal. I mean, the goal base would have been ideal. So Nice is still trying to recover economically, still trying to refine his army. His army is not ideal against Broodlords, but still getting there. Tempest are a good choice. And as Nice does deny this expansion, Mixu is pushing it on the right-hand side. Is going for a big counterattack. Now we do have a recall. Recall is available. Once, oh, but still no Spore. Oh, mate, how often have we punished this third base? Oh my god, we get another 10. I want to say like almost 30 drones have fallen in this base alone. Aye, aye, aye. Meanwhile, the Broodlords are pushing in. Do we go for the recall? Do we go for a counterattack? What are we going for? As the Broodlords, they will bring down the base. Lings are flooding in as well. Nice going for a counterattack. The Broodlords turn back around, and the Lings, they should be able to clean this up. I say that the base does survive, just barely. Base does live. We're getting into Lurker tech. And here comes the massive counterattack. We're getting on top of the third. The hatchery will fall. Lurkers are trying to keep up. Again, it's going to be Broodlord Lurker from Mixu. That's a lot of anti-ground. But the Lurkers, they're not quite in position. We can go into the natural. Uh-oh. Yeah, Mixu completely out of position. We're peeling off into the natural, getting another expansion. At the same time, Lings wreaking havoc across the map. The natural base will survive. But not the northern hatchery. As we get another 15 drone kills. Mixu down to 42 workers. Mixu barely has an economy. And you can see he's hunting for the main army. Now, what I will say, looking at the main armies, it's 13 Broodlords, 7 Lurkers, and we only have 4 Tempest. I do favor Mixu's army in a head-to-head fight. I do favor his army currently. But, the longer this goes on, the better it is for Nice. As Nice is looking to double expand. Getting a 5th base, getting another expansion as well. 0 creep whatsoever, so Mixu is going to have a very hard time punishing these northern bases. Shocking around with the Broodlords. But these Broodlords, I feel pretty exposed at this point. They're on their own. Workers repositioning as well. Pushing forward. Just getting a couple of shots off. Do we have a Viper? We do. We have 2 Vipers. We can go for power bombs. We can go for abductions. Wedging ourselves in between the new 4th and the 5th. Yeah, the Lurkers do borrow. We're getting into the stack defense. Good slow zone. But the Tempest have a lot of work to do. It's only 4 Tempest. Say that. Getting up to 5. 1 Tempest is exposed. 1 Tempest will go down. We're just annihilating the middle line. So many probes are falling as well. We get 12, 13 probe kills. The probes are being forced away. Can we dive in? But the Tempest are getting so much damage. And the problem is that what is the answer? What is the answer to the Tempest? It has to be abduction. We have to abduct. Or just commit. We're going for the fungal. It's not going to work out well here. We're getting on top of the Broodlords. Massive storms. Yeah, we storm the Broodlords. The Tempest survive. And Nice. He's taking the fight. Oh, where is he? We have more Corruptors on the way. Viper comes in. We get the mothership. Well, the ship does go down. A nice fungal as well. Catching out the Immortals. Immortals are going down, but the Tempest count is getting higher and higher. That's a lot of Tempest. Getting another yoink, but not enough Corruptors, not enough anti-air. The Tempest reigns supreme. We are down to how many Corruptors? 4 Corruptors. It's not enough. Yeah, the Tempest, they can just move in. Oh, the Hydras, though, they catch a Tempest. They get 1. The attack rate a little bit too soon. We get a 2nd Tempest as well. Oh, my God. The ground army, we can help. We get a 3rd Tempest. At the same time, Broodlord's trying to push in. Another base getting up and running. One Lurker being such a nuisance, but we have detection. Lurker goes down. We have 2 Hydras and 3 Corruptors. I don't see how this can work out for Mixu. He did well for himself getting into Broodlord tech, but again, the Skytos army was a little bit too much to handle. Nice, doing a great job at counter-attacking, knocking down some of these fringe bases. Crippling the economy. Those oracles here at the third base, remember, they killed so many drones. I want to say up to 30 workers died here at the third. Because it was, I want to say it was at least 10 towards the end. It was another 7, I think another 7 as well. And Zealous hit the last mining base of Mixu, the most important mining base. We clean up the Zealots at least. But Nice is remaxing. Nice, his economy is kicking in, his bases are kicking in. Nice is almost remaxed, and Mixu, he's down to the bare bones. He's down to a handful of lurkers, handful of broodlords, a couple of corruptors. Mixu pulls away. And his goal here is to buy time. Once again, is to counterattack. It's to try to buy as much time as possible to recover and rebuild. But he has to buy a lot of time is the problem. Like, we're still a ways away from maxing out. Stalker's headed towards the third. Nothing here. Going to the fourth. Stalker's getting caught out. Yeah, bold move here out of Nice. It doesn't quite pay off. A cheeky maneuver. At the same time, we shut down the oracles. Nice, throwing away some supply. Okay. This is the best case scenario for Mixu. He's like, keep going, Pappy. Just give me more stalkers. Give me more oracles. You don't need them. Oh my god. As the Skytos army is getting overwhelming at this point. We have 7 Tempests, 2 Carriers. That's a lot of Storms as well. So many High Templar. Taking the Bailey Nest, going for the hatchery. Mixu setting up a counterattack. I mean, that's all he can do, is a base trade. That's the best chance, the best opportunity here for Mixu. Does get the mothership. Gets a free mothership, not bad. Once again, Nice throwing away some units, but I mean, he can afford to throw it away. Like, it's okay, he can afford it. Nexus will eventually go down. At the same time, we're busting into the main, clearing up all the tech. Yeah, the Hive, the Spires, the Hydroden as well, and then we can recall back home. Mixu just getting as much as he can get. Yeah, the Spires are cleaned up, and the question becomes, do we keep pushing and commit to the base trade? I mean, we may as well, right? Like, we have these northern bases, they're untouched. Nice can just keep going for more bases, and he will. Yeah, he's going for more hatcheries. Zealots are already ahead of him. They get 19 drone kills. There's nothing here. There's no spine crawlers at the bottom right-hand base. We have a Spire at least. We have more Corruptors on the way. Corruptors are coming in from behind. They're trying to catch out the army. Corruptors are spotted. Archon's pushing in. And Lurkers are here to support. Not going to be easy to push into the Lurkers at least. And the Lurkers do hold their own at the same time. Zealots is still wreaking havoc. And nice feedback. Nice feedback on the Infestors. Mixu, he's down to 1 base economy, if that. Down to 10 drones. That's all we have left. Do we have Neural? Unfortunately not. No Neural Parasite. So just Fungals. Just Fungal Growths. And GG gets called. We don't even get the final fight, as Nice will take a lead in the series. We'll claim game number 1. GG. GG, well played. Nice. We'll take a lead. And What a game as well. That was intense. That was 25 minutes, and both players had their moments. Remember, Mixu was in a lot of trouble until he was able to rush and able to successfully get into his Broodlords. Once he got into his Broodlord tech, then he was able to hold his own and able to knock down bases and even catch out a lot of the army, but not enough, unfortunately. We were hoping that maybe he could catch out some more Archons and more Immortals. Alas, Nice got away, was able to successfully get into Skytos, into Tempest, into Carriers, and was able to eventually re-expand as well. Nice was losing bases, but eventually recovered. Eventually did regain control of his 4th and a 5th base, and max out. And Mixu was unable to stop him. And with that, Nice takes a lead, but that was merely only game 1. We have plenty more ahead of us. Plenty more to come. Let's go. Let us go. Just catching up with the chat. Shout me out too, man. Shaking my head. Shaking my head. But we are settling into game number 2. And who's going to take it? Again, I do favor Nice overall in this series, but I want to believe that we can bring it back. Again, this was not the cleanest game out of Nice. Mixu had his own moments as well. Clearly, we can go back and forth here, and I'm hoping for an ace match. I'm hoping for more. Hoping for more as we're getting into game number 2. Getting into that second game. And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Amphion, we have our Finnish Zerg player, the blue Zerg representing Berserker Esports. Down in the series, we're going to bounce back here and now. It is Mixu. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the Taiwanese Protoss, the red Protoss player representing Little Fairy. It is Nice. Moving out with a very early probe, hoping to force a bit of a deviation, a bit of an unnatural natural, if you will. Yeah, the probe has arrived, and Mixu is going to have a hard time expanding. It's going to be forced elsewhere. Forced to expand at the 3rd base. Now, this could give Nice the idea to go for a Twilight Council opener into Glaive Adepts, into DTs. Nice has that available to him. He has the option. Nice. See in the chat. The probe does confirm, does get eyes on the expansion, as it is going to be a hatch gas pool opener out of Mixu. So nothing too aggressive, no early pool, no early gas. We're settling into a standard opener from the side of the Zerg player, and our eyes are still going to be on Nice. This time, gate first. Remember, last game it was a Nexus into a 2-gate follow-up. This time, a gate expand. So a much more standard start out of Nice. And we can embrace some adept aggression. As the gateway is routed across the map, Cybercore is on the way. The Overlord will confirm the build of choice. Will confirm the opener of Nice. And we'll see if Nice does double down. As the spawning pool is now done. Our Queens and Lings on the way. Nice, we'll get the hell out of there. And based on the pylon positioning, this screams Twilight Council. You usually wouldn't hide the Stargate. The Stargate is usually placed a little bit further out, a little bit closer to the edge, so we can get across the map that much faster with the Oracle. Well, what's it going to be? Is it the Twilight Council? If it's a Stargate, it could be for a Void Ring, but there it is. Twilight Council has been thrown down. And the pylon placement did kind of allude to that. Now the question becomes, Glaive Adepts or DTs? Which one? Now, for now, we're staying in gas. If we pull out of gas, it should be Glaive Adepts. If we stay in, it should be Dark Templar from Nice. And if we stay in gas, it could even be a combination of the two. We could even go Glaive Adepts and DTs as well. For now, do have a Link slipping in. Nice scout from Mixu. He does slip into the natural, slipping into the main, and Mixu will get a free scout here with his Ling. As the door was wide open. Adept getting across the map, gets 1 drone kill so far. Ooh, gets a 2nd drone as well. 2 drones in the main. But is that worth giving up some scanning, or giving up the tech? We stay in gas, it's going to be Dark Shrine. Dark Shrine is on the way. The link comes in to confirm. Does get eyes on the Twilight Council at least, and does spot the Robo. Show us that Dark Shrine. Dark Shrine is on the way at the natural, but Mixu more or less has pieced it all together. He has most of what he needs to confirm. Here we go. As we have the Dark Shrine on the way. So there's going to be that DT opener. Back at home, Mixu, he's got his Roachborn in production. We should be seeing Spores momentarily as well to get ready for the aggression of Nice. If we don't see a Spore, then Mixu may believe it's going to be Glaive Adepts, which is concerning, but there we go. Spore is now on the way. We have a Spore here at the natural, and we should be seeing a Spore at the third. As the War Prism's on the way, again, we can harass with the DTs. If the DTs don't get much damage, we can always morph them into Archons and go for Archon drop harass instead. Likewise, Nice does fully wall off at the natural, and he's taking the triangular third instead. He's going for a third base expansion. Mixu is here to deny the base, though. Links have arrived, and we're going for the Nexus. And Nice getting caught with this pan style. The Nexus is going to be denied. Oh, that's a kill! That's a kill on a cancel. That's 400 minerals. Oh my god, massive pickup. At the same time, DTs are across the map. We have detection. We have the Spores. And Nice is in a world of hurt. He does fully wall off. And drones are getting, sorry, DTs are getting some damage done. They get one drone so far, but just the one drone. Not worth it. The Dark Templar does fall. Spore finishes up in the main. The Prism taking a lot of damage. And the DTs are trapped. They do manage to waddle out. They do get away. Meanwhile, back at home, oh my god, that is a... I guess that's a wall. Now, the problem here is that now Nice is stuck on two bases. He can't take a third. He has to break out of his own wall as well. Or use the Warp Prism. Yeah, the Prism is coming back. This is a disastrous start for Nice. And Mixu, he's looking good. He's droning up, he's taking more gases, he's taking up towards a lair. No third base to speak of from Nice. And yeah, we have to juggle the probe over the wall to expand. And this is such a late third base. Forge is on the way, Robo is on the way, Bay is on the way, but Nice, he's behind. He's quite far behind, and Mixu, he's looking to just deny the base once again. We have detection. We knock down the DT. At the same time, Nice is here on the right-hand side, applying pressure, forcing more warp-ins. Wait, Mixu's here on the right-hand side. And Mixu has options. If he wanted to, he could just take a fourth. He could take a fourth base, get up to 4 base saturation, tech into Hydras, tech into Hive Tech. But instead, Mixu is playing it safe. He's investing into Roach Ravager. Doubling down. Nice is finally being active with the drop play, but these Archons, they've got a lot of work to do. And at the same time, we're still knocking down the third. And Nice can't reinforce. Again, he's walled off. Mining through those minerals. GG gets called. Yeah, it's just too much of a deficit. Everything's snowballing out of control, and Mixu will take the game. GG, we are going to the ace match. Going all the way to game number 3. Again, just the opener was scattered and the build just went from bad to worse for Nice. Just everything was on fire. Everything just snowballed out of control. And Mixu was all over it. GG. GG, well played. We're getting into the ace match. And I am hoping here that Nice calms down and reverts to a much more standard build. There are more DTs. The Stargate into a third base. We'll see. We shall see. As we have made it all the way to the ace match. Meanwhile, Mixu, I'm curious if he's going to be the aggressor this time. What I'm referring to is the map. we're loading into Oceanborn, and it is not uncommon to see Zerg players go for these big 3 base or even 2.5 base or even 2 base all-ins on this map. It has been seen quite frequently, even at the highest level of play. Players like Solar, players like Dark, players like Raynor, players like Cyril, they're more than willing to embrace these all-ins. German taxis I'm referring to, or just Queen walks across the map. Link Queen Nidus all-ins. And we'll see how Mixu does embrace this map. Do we have aggression or a standard game? Likewise, what is Nice going to go for? We go. As we are settling in and spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Oceanborn, we have the Finnish Zerg player, the Blue Zerg, representing Berserker Esports, tying up the series 1-1, forcing the ace match. It is Mixu. And spawning in the top left hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the Taiwanese Protoss player, the Red Protoss, representing Team Little Fairy. It is Nice. Here we go. Back at home, Mixu going for a hatch first. Meanwhile, Nice going for his own gate expand as well. We're calming down. We're settling in. Alright, settling in. Are settling in, and we'll see what kind of build Nice goes for this time. Again, based on what happened in the last game, I mean, what I will say is that everything snowballing out of control was also because of the map itself. Like, we were just not ready to protect the third base either. Like, Nice was caught with his pants down. So if we did see a Twilight Council opener, I'm sure we'd see cleaner execution out of Nice here on Oceanborn, but I would like to see a Stargate instead. Would appreciate the Stargate. Meanwhile, Mixu, standard opener, hatch gas pool, droning up, getting into our 2-base setup. Getting into our 2 bases. So here we will just be poking in. And Mixu is just making his initial lanes just to defend, just to expand, take a third base. Really, our eyes are going to be on our Protoss player to get a read and get a feel for how we do play this out. Interesting, going for a Stalker first. Okay, this is very suspect. Now, typically, we wouldn't go for a Stalker at this timing and a Warp Gate either if we didn't intend to go for a Twilight Council opener, but no, we have a Stargate on the way. We're getting mixed signals. I like this. So, typically, we delay Warp Gates and we go Adept first if we're going for the Stargate. There's no need to go for the Stalker to deny vision unless we're hiding something, but we're not. So Mind Games are upon us. Mind Games are on the way. The Overlord is barely saved. We saved the Overlord. Lings have arrived. And can we get a scout off? Ooh, so far, we cannot. But again, the Stargate opener is going to be hidden, is going to be unscouted. And I'm curious if we bank up Oracles, if we go Void Ray instead. I'm curious how Nice has approached this. How he makes use of this kind of shroud of ambiguity that surrounds him. Okay, Oracle first. Is going to be an Oracle opener. Now, the chances of Mixu delaying his spores and delaying or making sure and not having his queens in position is actually a little bit higher now because of the Stalker. It is unlikely that it's a Stargate opener. So we'll see if Mixu will be in position. I mean, for now, 2 queens of the natural. We're going to have 2 queens of the main. Well, we're going to be okay. We have our queens. Oracle is moving out. It looks like the Overlord should be able to scout this. Yeah, the Overlord does confirm the Oracles. Does get eyes on the Adepts. And Mixu is getting in position. You can see him rotating over with those queens. Spores are now on the way. We do shade in, and we get 2 drones, not bad. 2 workers do go down. We get a 3rd drone as well. We get a 4th drone. Oh my god, 4 drones for 2 Adepts. Well worth it here for Nice. Is a good trade. The Oracle does survive as well. Takes a bit of hull damage, but we'll get away. And we can now expand back at home. Now, when it comes to our setup here, Mixu did go for a very early Roach Warren. That is interesting. A Roach Warren typically isn't really gotten this early on unless we wanted to be aggressive or we wanted to defend against Glaive Adepts. But I guess Mixu did assume it was Glaives because of the initial Stalker, so a safety Roach Warren that isn't really going to come into play. This is actually better for Nice. This means this was wasted resources, a drone, the minerals as well. A Roach Warren that wasn't quite necessary. So some nice inadvertent damage here from Nice. Meanwhile, Lair's on the way. We're joining up, getting up to 3-base saturation. We do have our triple Oracle moving out. And Lings, they attempt to harass, but Nice is in position. Oracles, they hit the natural, no Spore in position. We go for the Queen. And one Queen goes down. We're going to get the second Queen as well. Taking a lot of damage, but it looks like reinforcing Queens have arrived, and we defend, and we save the second Queen at least. The Oracles are forced back. We defend. Mixu does defend. Behind this, we have Blink and +1. Additional gateways. And we're even taking up into a Templar Archive. So we're not going for a 3-base all-in. Templar Archives is on the way. Here at the natural. So Nice is looking to expand, is looking to saturate his 3rd base and take up 4th. I would imagine. That episode denied. Shading into the 3rd base at the same time. Oracles, they hit the natural. Take another 5 drones, 6 drone kills, not bad. The Adepts are cleaned up, but we get 7 worker kills in total. The Oracles, they all survive. And back at home, our 3rd base is looking pretty secure. So far, so good. You can see Mixu setting up for some Drop Lord harass. At the same time, Infestation Bit, that should be for Hive Tech. Mixu is taking up. Getting into Roach play even. Okay. Ling Drop is on the way. We're going to clear up a lot of creep. The drop is making its way towards the natural. Storm is getting there. We're halfway done. So taking his 4th. Oh, and I assumed it was going to be for the Hive, but no, we're going into Swarm Host. Okay, that is an interesting choice here from Mixu. Swarm Host play can do well against Charged Archon, but we don't have Charge Ults, we have Blink Stalkers. So this feels like a little bit of a misread here at a Mixu. I'm a little bit concerned for him. We'll see how well these Swarm Hosts can perform. Now, the reason why Swarm Hosts can do well against Charged Archon is because it's a very immobile composition. Blink Stalkers can dive on these Swarm Hosts. They can chase them down and can punish them. So there's a different dynamic here as the Swarm Host is revealed. Just the one, though. Just the one for now. And is it a token Swarm Host or is it real? Nice has yet to confirm. More Swarm Hosts on the way. Roach does hit the 4th. Big storm of the Roaches, though. We deny the Lings at the same time. The Locust Wave is getting ready at the natural. Swarm Hosts are looking to come in. And they go for the tech. They go for the Temple Archives. Massive pickoff. Storm is done, but no more Archons. No more High Templar. Things are coming from behind, but they don't quite get on top of the Roaches. Don't get on top of the High Templar, barely not. One Archon is morphed in. Locust Wave once again, they barely do not, they get one! They get one High Templar, massive pick off, and it looks like Mixu is barely breaking through. And he's doubling down. He's just maxing out, going purely for Roach Ravager. And Nice, he was still taking up, still working towards charge, towards +2, towards Immortal production. Nice is not ready. Barely not ready for this. Locust Wave comes in as well, and Mixu, he's breaking through. Pushing into the natural, getting on top of the Robo. We deny the Immortal. Robo goes down. Nice has to evacuate, and Mixu, it looks like he barely has enough. And he's going to get the base. We have another Locust Wave coming in. GG gets called, and Mixu will take the series 2-1, bringing down Nice. GG. GG, well played. Mixu, he had a rough game 1, but was able to punish Nice in game 2 with the failed DT opener. And here in game 3, able to embrace Swarm host play and able to catch Nice in the middle of teching, right? He was still taking up towards Immortal, towards Charge, so he was investing into mainly upgrades and tech, less so his army. He was not quite ready for the aggression of Mixu. GG. GG, well played. Even I was caught a little bit off guard by the amount of roaches, the sheer amount of roaches that Mixu had. Very nicely done. GG, well played. GG, well played. Congratulations. Mixu does take the series. And suddenly, is Mixu favored to make it to the finals? He's one step closer. He is one step closer. Let's have a look at the bracket and catch up with everything that's been going on. Let's go.